Veteran Sergeant Joshua pulled his chainsword out of the dead Hormigaunt, his weapon reeking of disease. He looked with disgust at the obviously diseased creature, noting several pussy growths all over its body. Where normal scything talons would normally protrude, there were instead strange tentacle-like arms. The sound of combined bolt gun and sniper round fire quieted around him and the rest of the scouts, as the last of the Tyranids retreated deeper into the jungle, leaving only the steaming corpses of both Tyranids and native jungle creatures behind. "It's a shame, really," said Veteran Sergeant Saul Telex as he kicked over the corpse of the large bird-like Dea-hopper, its corpse already giving birth to a steady stream of diseased-looking maggots, even though it only died moments before. "This is one of my favorite animals to eat out here, but this one is already poisoned by whatever disease those Tyranids were carrying." Saul's mind was really far elsewhere, wondering how on all of Tyrus there were Tyranids. No Tyranid fleet had ever been seen in this subsector, let alone this system. No reports of Tyranid ships had been reported in the system, and no other reports of Tyranid activity had yet to be reported on Tyrus. "I've checked in with a few of our other squads who are deployed in the jungles," Joshua spoke to Saul while looking down at the Dea-hopper. "None have come across any Tyranid creatures, although several have reported the native animals becoming much more aggressive than normal." "If I had to guess," replied Saul, "that would probably mean that we are the closest to the source of the infestation. It can't have spread very far, otherwise we would have more reports on it from the PDF that run patrols through the jungles." The local planetary defense force did mostly keep to the Imperium cities and mining facilities, but there were several patrols that routinely swept through the certain areas of the jungles looking for escaped inmates of the penal mines located underneath the continent of Erythriel. The Space Marines were kept somewhat up to date on these patrols, so there wouldn't be any misunderstandings of friend and foe. Sergeant Saul thumbed through the controls of his Vox, located the nearest relay tower to boost the signal back to their chapter keep. The keep was rather small, really only present to provide the medical facilities used in creating new Space Marines, manned by Apothecary Nereus and his serfs. It also contained the small fleet of vehicles and ships used by the chapter to ferry neophytes back and forth between the keep and the jungle. The scouts actually spent most of their time in the jungle, living off the land rather than the rations provided at the keep. "Apothecary Nereus, come in," Vox Sergeant Saul to the keep, his short-range Vox that was built into a suit boosted by the nearest Vox relay tower. "What is it, Sergeant?" replied the apothecary. Nereus had only been stationed on Tyrus for a few years, but had quickly grown to respect the grizzled sergeant and what he was trying to accomplish here. Nereus, of course, played the vital role of inducting new Space Marines and implanting them with the organs they would need to grow from regular men to a mighty sentinel of the Forge. "We have a situation," continued Saul. "We have just come under attack by a small group of Tyranid creatures, but ones that are unlike anything I've ever seen or heard of. These appear to be diseased and feral, with no direction from larger, leader-like beasts." "Understood," replied the apothecary almost mechanically, although that could largely be attributed to his vocal cords being replaced with mechanical augments after he was mangled by a rather large orc many decades earlier. It was rumored that the apothecary performed the operation on himself. "I'll need samples of the ones that you killed for analysis." Saul contemplated this for a moment. "I'll send back as many as I can fit in our storms to one of our drop points. Send out a transport to pick them up. An apothecary, make sure to quarantine the specimens. I know I do not specialize in xenobiology, but something tells me we don't want this infection spreading." "Understood, Sergeant." Nereus out. "Sergeant!" shouted Joshua. "I'm picking up a faint Vox feed only a few kilometers away. It looks like it's coming from one of the mining gas vents." "Who's sending the transmission?" Saul asked curiously. "There shouldn't be any PDF out in this areas." "It's not the PDF," Joshua continued. "It appears to be some miners." "Escaped convicts?" Saul inquired. "I'm not sure. Their transmission is garbled. From what I can pick up, they say they were forced out of the mines and are under attack by strange creatures." "The Tyranids must be there," Sergeant Saul concluded, picking up his beautifully crafted sniper rifle and slinging it over his back. "Voxineer scout squads and have them rendezvous at the miners' location as quickly as possible. Gather your men, Joshua. It's time for us to hunt some Tyranids." It was quite fortunate for the miners that Sergeant Saul and his scouts were actually pretty close to where they emerged from their tunnels. It only took the Space Marines a few hours to reach the location of their distress call. As they drew closer, they could hear the sounds of battle only a few hundred meters away. Sounds of last gun and autogun fire, as well as a screaming of dying men rending the air. "Scouts," whispered Saul in the Vox, not wanting to attract any undue attention their way before they were ready. "Prepare to ambush the attacking Tyranids. Sergeant Joshua, take your squad east of the miners. Gamma squad, deploy west. I will take our snipers just south of them to scout out what we are up against." While quiet, the scouts were not slow and quickly moved towards their positions. The presence of the battle became quite apparent, mainly by the smell that was drifting through the air. Saul pulled out a sniper rifle and looked down the scope towards the entrance to the tunnels. The entrance was supposed to only be for emergencies, and was actually quite far from the nearest active mine. It had fallen into disrepair, most of its supplies depleted or spoiled. Saul could see the miners now. Dozens of them desperately fought back a wave of Hormagaunts and Termagaunts with their crude last guns and autoguns. Dozens more were already lying dead, but to their credit, there were at least as many dead Tyranid creatures. Part of this troubled the veteran sergeant, knowing that while the Tyranids didn't value the life of an individual creature, they usually fought with much more coordination. That, coupled with the absence of leader beasts, just didn't make any sense. These Tyranids seemed feral, just wanting to attack the nearest non-Tyranid thing. "All right, scouts," Fox Saul to his waiting men. "It doesn't look like they can hold out much longer. Move in and engage, protecting as many of the miners as possible." The sound of bolter fire was heard as the scouts broke cover and advanced towards the waiting miners. In the middle, we have our intrepid miners who have just escaped from underground from what they say is a Tyranid threat pushing them out, all armed with a bunch of auto guns or las guns, just basic weapons. These guys' profiles are pretty basic, just ballistic skill 2, weapon skill 2, strength and toughness of 3. So they needed some help really quickly because there are feral Tyranids closing in on their position quite rapidly. They've already taken heavy casualties. There's dead bodies all over the place, both Tyranid and miner alike. But there's been lots of miners, so that's been their only strength. It's just in large numbers as they've come out, escaping whatever terror has pushed them out onto the surface of this even more terrifying jungle, or maybe a little less terrifying than underground. Depends who you are. We've got Hormagaunts, Termagaunts, and more Hormagaunts ready to charge in and try to decimate these miners. And it is Josh's job to save them, or at least save as many as possible to find out what is going on over here. And Josh was allowed to infiltrate his guys to represent them kind of approaching the area a little more cautiously than just running in. And so we have Sergeant Joshua's squad right here. And remember, Sergeant Joshua got the upgrade to have counterattack, which does apply to his entire squad. So if they get charged, they get +1 attack. And they're back here just to give you a little bearing of where they are located. And the veteran Sergeant Saul is over here with his squad of snipers and missile launcher. And he already had this upgrade, but he's allowed to infiltrate at -6 inches to the minimum distance. In other words, if you can see him, he can actually infiltrate 12 inches away. And if you can't see him, he's 6 inches away. Now, he's still a sniper squad. He could later on join another squad or swap out weapons. So he doesn't want to get too close. So he's located over here to this flank of the miners. And he also gained preferred enemy in the last game, so his squad will be even more deadly. And then we have the unnamed sergeant, who will probably receive a name if he survives and does anything interesting in this game. His upgrade wasn't that great. He gets +1 ballistic skill if he doesn't move. He's got a bolt pistol. That might be useful later on if he gets the upgrade that allows him to give his ballistic skill to a squad. In that case, standing still and everybody getting +1 ballistic skill is a lot nicer. So they infiltrated back here. So we have basically the middle area surrounded by the scouts as they kind of creep in. Taking their time. I'm sure the miners don't appreciate them taking their time, but hey, they're not going to rush in just for a bunch of convicts. Then in reserve, we have some of the scouts that Sergeant Saul called for reinforcements, and these happen to be the nearest ones. So we have a squad of 5 scout bikers, and 2 of these have their bikes upgraded to have the Astartes grenade launchers. Those are rapid fire 24-inch range, and they can either fire frag grenades or crack grenades, not missiles. And then they're all armed with Space Marine shotguns, not that they'll ever use those, except for the sergeant who swapped it for a close combat weapon to give him an extra attack. And he's got melta bombs as well, but he is not a veteran, so he's just a basic profile. And the other squad that is coming in is a Landspeeder Storm, full of a squad of 5 guys. We have a close combat bolt pistol, 3 bolters, and another missile launcher as well. And so these will roll for reserves as normal, except they always try to get in on a 3+. There's never an automatic turn that they will arrive. And these will be added to Josh's army after this mission. And in case you didn't catch it, the Landspeeder Storms that were in the last game are gone because they were laden with dead Hormagaunts and Termagaunts and Ravener bodies to be taken back to a drop point to go back to the chapter keep for analysis by the apothecary. So that is why they do not have access to those. So they foot slogged their way over here. Luckily, it wasn't too far away from their current position, so it didn't take them very long to get here. We're going to roll off for who gets first turn. And so I roll a 4. Josh rolls a 4, so we will re-roll. I get a 4 and 3. So the feral Tyranids will go first. Josh will be in control of the miners, although for role-playing purposes, obviously, he is going to be mostly standing his ground and just shooting down the Tyranids until the Space Marines get to their position. And then, really, it's whatever he wants to do with them. So feral Tyranids' turn. Hormagaunts here will pile on in. And yes, they're starting nice and close to represent the fact that this fight is already ongoing, and there's already lots of dead miners and lots of dead Tyranids as well. Termagants are being nice and aggressive as well, moving forward to fire and then charge in if there's any survivors. And these Hormagants obviously are going to get nice and close to get ready to charge this small group of miners. Termagants open fire with their flesh borers, spewing diseased little bugs out of their guns at the miners. Hitting on 4s, 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, no saves. 1 dies. So the beetles make contact with 3 of them, but only 1 of them actually succumbs to it. The other ones seem to be able to shake it off. Maybe they ripped off a piece of clothing where it was starting to burn through. And this group of Hormagants will charge the miners, who will desperately overwatch.
See if I can get a couple 6s here.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's par for the course.
And then charge distance is definitely good enough to get in. And they just leap right into combat to the terrified miners. Same thing over here, the Hormagants charge into the miners who desperately start shooting their guns.
Yeah, the Overwatch does for me.
Ooh, 3 hits.
These guys remember to bring ammunition. Looking for 4s to wound.
Oh! The shots connect, push right through. Do they get past the carapace, 6+? They do. The combined fire melts down 3 of the Hormagants, who get cast amongst all the other dead Tyranids around them. Charge distance is still enough to get in though. So 5 inches. Just charge right in. The Termagants charge the 4 miners that are still alive after being shot at.
Looking for 6s on the Overwatch.
Ooh, not bad. 2 hits.
4s to wound.
1 connects. And gets through the carapace armor. The miners fire back, hitting 2 of them, but the one just seems to shrug it off, and the other one, it actually gets through its armor and downs it. And then they charge 8 inches, which is enough. And they go to the terrified miners. The 2 surviving Hormagants tear into the miners. You can surprise them, they get to attack before the miners even get to react. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, 5 hits. Wounding on 4s, AP 6, so no saves. Oh, they slaughter the miners without any difficulty. Miners are busy trying to reload their last guns and auto guns as the Hormagants jump in and they just tear right through them all. And then they consolidate forward 5 inches, carrying the momentum of their attack through. The Termagants next. Actually, no, the Termagants get to strike first. They're initiative 4. But they do hit on 3s, because of your weapon skill 2. Oh, lots of hits. 4s to wound. 3 wounds. You get your 6-up save.
Time for some t-shirt saves. 6 up.
Nope, 3 of them go down. 3 of them go down screaming as the Termagants charge in. And then the other one swings desperately back to see if he can take one down.
Swinging back, looking for a 4 to hit. Ooh. Show me a 4 to wound.
Swings his last gun, connecting into the Termagant, and the Termagant gets flattened to the ground. But he does lose combat, so we gotta roll for some leadership there.
Leadership 6 down to 4.
Oh, and he runs. Now there's a special rule in this scenario that there's nowhere to run. And so they don't take morale tests for taking 25% casualties, and if they fail their morale in close combat, they're kind of like Space Marines, that basically we're just testing to see if I overrun them. And if I don't overrun him, then he just gets stuck in combat. I'm initiative 4 against your 3, so my 4 plus 1, and your 3 plus 6. So he actually just manages to stay in combat and not die. And the stampede of 5 Hormagants into the miners. Hitting on 3s. Winning on 4s. Ooh, that's, they're all dead. And a consolidated of 6 inches. These guys get chopped down from the Hormagants. And after their feeding frenzy, that's when they actually notice Saul's group, who are up here out in the open. So they're going to consolidate back towards him.
Start with Saul squad moving up.
They're whipping out their bolt pistols, slinging their sniper rifles over their shoulders, realizing that from the position they had, they couldn't really see these Hormagants anymore.
Joshua's squad's going to start moving up. Last squad here is going to do the same and start booking it up the field. Miners are going to stand their ground and take shots from there, because no matter where I put them, I think you're going to be able to run me down eventually. Shooting phase, we're going to run Joshua's squad.
3 inches. Because he wants to be up close and personal.
Start off with Saul's bolt pistol first. Looking for a 2 to hit.
Ooh, precision shot. Actually, no, because he's not with a sniper rifle. And then 3s to wound with preferred enemy. So that's a hit with a 5-up cover for the first couple. Oh, it dings off of the rocks in front of him. You just got to get through that first guy, though. He's the only one with a 5-up cover. The rest are out. So we got 4 more bolt pistols.
Looking for 3s to hit.
Preferred enemy, but that 2 does not help there. 3s to wound. Preferred enemy. There we go. 5-up cover. So 2 die. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to roll that one at a time, because that could have been the first one. 5-up. Oh no. 5-up. Okay, good. And so 2 die. Like, I better not roll 3 5s in a row after that. So 2 of them die right there.
Miners are going to try to light up the Hormigons there. 10 shots, looking for 5s to hit.
Oh, not bad. 4 hits. 4s to wound. Oh, only 1 wound. 6-up carapace. Oh, and it just deflects. They all fire at them. These shots going wild as they're terrified, and the one that actually connects just reflects right off his shiny carapace.
Squad back here is going to run. Moving on up.
Next turn I'll be able to help. 3 Hormigons here have to take a morale test. Leadership 6. Oh, they do run back 6 inches. So they head away from the Space Marines towards their table edge. We got this one guy in the middle in close combat with the Termagants. 3 attacks from the Gaunts, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounded on 4s. Oh no, unless you roll double 6. This guy is a goner. That's the opposite. A Grey Knight Paladin would have just died by that. Just saying. Consolidate 1 inch. So they're basically just staying where they are. However, we do have some reinforcements for the miners. As they show up, more guys are trying to escape. There won't be very many more, but just a few to help out and also to, rescue. And another group coming out of this shaft. However, the miners aren't the only ones that have reserves. More feral Tyranids are starting to show up, being drawn to the sounds of the auto guns and last gunfire. A group of Termagants coming in from this side. Sergeant Saul all of a sudden hears a rustling in the brush behind him, and when he looks around, he can see something starting to come out. Ugly feral lictor comes popping out of the brush, somehow having camouflaged itself. Then one more squad of Termagants arriving from the other flank. These 3 Hormigants, leadership 6, are going to attempt to regroup. Nope, they're going to continue going another 6 inches. They don't realize they're heading straight for Sergeant Joshua's squad there, who's happy to receive them. These 3 Termagants react to the new miners coming in. Whereas these Hormigants are too busy having their bloodlust satiated as they ran through the first squad of miners, and all they can see is the second squad of miners that they want to pounce on. Termagants will run in the shooting phase 4 inches. They're just going to head towards the center of the board. These Hormigants will run. Let's re-roll it with fleet. Yeah, 4 plus 3, so 7-inch run. They will move forward. Run the other Termagant 6 inches. couple of flesh hooks all of a sudden get shot out from the lifter at Saul's squad, hitting on 4s. Nothing, they both totally miss. Termagants opening fire at the miners. Hitting on 4s. One of them connects. And it does get through and melts the guy in place. This guy's turned into slag. Termagants will initiate a charge against the miners.
Miners are going to overwatch.
1 hit.
4 to wound.
That's cocked. Try again. Nope. I'm charging 7 inches. They obviously connect with that charge. And the 2 Hormagaunts charge into the miners, who then frantically try to shoot them down.
Hitting on 6s.
Ooh, 1 hit.
Looking for a 4 to wound.
No. Don't have to roll this charge distance. They're both within 2 inches. Termagants will strike first. Hitting on 3s. Oh no! 6 hits! 4s to wound. Oh, only 2 wounds.
Looking for 2 6-step t-shirt saves.
Oh, you got 1. Termagants leap onto the miners, starting to mangle into them, but they manage to push them back, and only 1 guy is left dead after that fight.
Miners swing back, looking for 4s to hit.
Oh no.
Leadership 6 down to 5 for the miners.
Nope, they fail. Initiative roll off to see if I... Oh no, that's 9. You can't beat that.
No, I
They
can't.
get trampled. So the miners flee in horror. Termagants just trample over them, shooting them down and chewing on them. These 2 Hormagaunts, fresh from killing 5 other miners, are attacking these 5 now. Hit on 3s. Oh, 5 hits. Winning on 4s, no saves. 3 go down. 3 get shredded by the scything talons, and the other 2 are left to try to fend off the last 2 Hormagaunts.
The miners have got this, no problem. 4s to hit.
Oh, 1 hit.
Okay. 4 to wound.
That's a wound. 6 up armor. Oh, doesn't make it. 1 sticks the bayonet part of his autogun right into the Hormagaunt, taking it down.
Morale check. Leadership 6 down to leadership 4.
Oh, nowhere near. Initiative roll off. 5 plus. Oh yeah, you're not getting away from that. Remaining Hormagaunt screams at them, and they run away and panic. Ah! And then it slices them down as they try to get it back. Space Marine turn. You got some reserves to roll for. What do you want to roll for first?
We'll do the bikes first.
3 plus. Oh, they're late to the party. What about the land speeder? He shows up. His outflanking, so 1, 2 will be this side, 3, 4 will be that side, and then 5, 6 he chooses. Is that the side that you wanted?
I think so. Have my land speeder come in right about here and have him come up just a little bit.
It actually is full of guys. All with bolters, and then one with a missile launcher.
Squad here. A couple guys are going to shuffle around to deal with the Termagants.
It's Termagants, man.
I don't think that's how it's spelled.
I know.
Saul squad is back and forth of whether they should try to deal with the threat behind them or help the miners out, but I think I need to deal with that there, Lictor. Squad Joshua is going to move up.
Who do they want to engage? The falling back Hormagaunts or the Termagants?
We'll see when I get them in their final position. Miners here are going to move themselves back, not the full 6 inches, just want to get a little bit further away from all the scariness in the middle of the board. Land speeder is going to shoot its Cerberus launcher into the Hormagaunts. See what the scatter looks like.
Nope, right on. All 5 hit.
3s to wound with no saves on them.
4 go down. Kablamo! 4 of them explode.
Heavy bolter going to put shots into the remaining one, looking for 3s to hit.
Not bad. And then 2s to wound. As long as you don't roll double 1. Hey, you didn't. Squad of Hormagaunts goes down.
I have the miners take shots into that one scary Hormagaunt.
He is scary.
Show me 5s to hit.
Oh, wow. 7 hits. 6 hits. Still. That's how you do it.
4s to wound.
3 wounds. Anything but 666s and he's dead. Ah, he's dead 3 times over. Hormagaunt goes down to the combined last and autogun fire of the miners.
Squad back here is going to start with their heavy bolter and the Hellfire round. Right over top of his head.
Small blast, 2+ poison.
See where it's scattering to?
Ew, 3 inches.
From here, flipped back this way.
And it misses totally.
The rest of the squad's gonna have their bolters opened up. So we got 3 bolters and a bolt pistol.
Your sergeant didn't stand still, so he doesn't get his +1 ballistic skill.
That's true. So looking for 3s to hit.
Oh, well, 4 hits, not bad.
3s to wound.
3 wounds. The first guy and the third guy have a 5-up cover. So first guy, he's dead. The second guy dies, and then the third guy, he survives, and he's dead. Oh wait, no, there was only 3 in total, so he survives. So 2 of them get gunned down.
Saul squad next gonna take shots into that there Lictor.
Are you going to not fire Saul so that your missile launcher can be a ballistic skill 6 with preferred enemy?
The missile launcher's gonna hit anyways.
Oh, you're not going to worry about that? So
Nope.
you're not going to roll a 2 to hit with the missile launcher?
I'm definitely not gonna roll a 2 to hit.
Okay. Oh, you're right. A little bit of a gamble there just to get 1 extra sniper shot.
I'm so nervous.
winning on 2s, preferred enemy, so this should be a piece of cake. Oh, come on. Oh, thank goodness you got preferred enemy. But I am in 5-up cover with stealth, so 4-up cover. Otherwise, he insta-kills him.
Come on, just fail it, fail it, fail it.
I'm not
Please
gonna
fail it.
I'm just rolling. Oh! Kablam! The leaves shake as pieces of Lictor go everywhere, and a bit of it lands on Saul. Ew.
Squad here, I'm gonna have the bolt pistols shoot first into the Termagants. Show me 3 up to hit.
Oh, you got it. And then 3s to wound. No saves. 2 wounds. Kablam, kablam. And he's got to remeasure ranges for the shotguns to make sure both of them are still in range, and they are. But
Shotguns looking for 3s to hit. And 3s to wound.
these are AP nothing, so I have a 6-up carapace. Boom. Blam! And a shooting phase, I have a morale test to make on these Termagants. Leadership 6. Ooh, they're sticking around. And Termagants that just got shot up by Joshua's squad are going to run towards the nearest table edge. 5 inches. That might actually keep them on the table. 5. Oh, it does. They do stay on the table. Although if they fall back again, they're off. Into the feral Tyranid's turn. There was 1 more Lictor deployed that I did off camera to try to hide it from the audience. Josh knew about it, of course, but he roleplayed quite nicely for it. And it's going to all of a sudden spring out and come after the Landspeeder Storm. Termagants will advance the no-name Sergeant Squad. Regrouping the Termagants. Nope, they're off the table. And then the last Termagants, do they regroup? They do regroup. And they instinctively grab a little bit of cover. And these Termagants will advance towards the pool to get in range of Saul's squad. Shooting phase, the Lictor fires his flesh hooks, 2 strength 6 shots at the Landspeeder Storm. Do you want to jink? If you do, we are using a new FAQ now, which says everybody inside counts as jinking as well.
I will not jink because I've not seen a Lictor hit with a flesh hook.
Yeah, okay. You'll pay for your pride. Hitting on 4s. See?
Oh,
2 hits.
Oh no.
Strength 6 against armor 10. Oh, 2 penetrating hits! So it's actually down no matter what, but it might blow up because unlike regular Landspeeder Storms are open top, which means we need, any 6s will blow it up because it's open top. No, so it just gets wrecked.
Scouts have all jumped out, looking to do a pinning test. Leadership 8.
Not pinned. Termagants firing their flesh bore beetles at the scouts. 4s to hit. Oh, all go wild.
There we go.
That's Termagants at the pool will target Saul's squad. 4s to hit, 2 hits. 4s to wound, that's 2 wounds. Partially covered by these rocks, so 5 up. And they have camel cloaks, so 4 up. And Saul has stealth, which gives them 3 up.
See if I can't make my 3 up cover saves.
Oh, 1 goes down. So the one deflects off of the rocks, and the other one gets shot, and the beetles bore into him, and he falls to the ground. Lictor will declare a charge against your squad.
Time to overwatch.
But first, we forgot the leadership test at the end of your shooting phase because of the penetrating hits to see if you'll snap fire if you survive this turn. The leadership test. They're not snap firing.
Starting off with the missile launcher. Show me a 6 to hit.
Okay, good.
Bolters and bolt pistol now. Show me 6 again.
1 hit.
4 to wound.
It's a wound. It penetrates his armor, but he has stealth, so 6 up cover. Oh! It whizzes by him because they can't see him quite clearly. Yeah, they're a little distracted. A lictor jumped out of nowhere, shot a couple things into the Landspeeder Storm, which downed it, and then immediately jumped on them. It didn't quite get their bearings to be able to fire everything properly. Termagants will then charge into the Scout Squad, who can overwatch.
Heavy bolter first on 6s.
Nothing.
Bolters and bolt pistol now.
2 hits.
Looking for 3s to wound, no saves.
You got 2 of them. 2 of them get gunned down as they go in, but the third one gets to charge a total of 8 inches. That definitely gets him in. So maybe he'll take down a Space Marine. Lictor has 5 attacks on the charge, hitting on 3s with a weapon skill of 6. 3 hits connect. Wounding on 2s, rending. Oh! 3 wounds, 2 of them rending. Now one of those does get to your sergeant, so rending, and the second rending on your sergeant. Do you want to look out, sir?
I will try to look out, sir. 4 up for lookout, sir.
Yep. Over here. Look out, sir! And he gets ripped apart. 1 more lookout, sir, from the AP nothing hit.
Is he able to have somebody else jump in the way?
He does.
Then a 4 up armor save.
Saved. We got the missile launcher jumped in front as well, and the shot deflected, or the hit deflected off of his armor. And they all countercharge in.
2 attacks from the Sarge with his mastercrafted close combat weapon. Forced to hit.
Oh!
Didn't need it.
Nope.
4 to wound.
1 wound. 5 up carapace armor. He takes 1 of his 3 wounds.
Other 2 scouts hitting on 4s. Wounding on a 4.
Oh! Might actually tie it up. 5 up. Yeah, he takes 2 wounds total, so that ties the combat. Lictor jumps in, rips 2 of the Space Marines apart, and the other ones stand up to him and puncture him a couple times. He's not down yet, but he definitely looks wounded. There's some maggots that come spilling out of his side as you thrust your chainsword into him. We have the fight with the Termagant. Everybody's initiative 4, so everybody gets to pile in. We'll do the Termagant first, just to see if he does any damage. 2 attacks on 4s. Nope, he does nothing.
Sergeant with his mastercrafted close combat weapon hitting on 4s.
3s.
3s, sorry. Doesn't need it. 3s to wound.
6 up. Oh, he's down. Give that sergeant a name. He just shivved a Termagant.
Squad is going to consolidate. 5 inches.
Head towards the miners. You're so lucky they got that lictor over there with that. See if your bikes actually come on during your turn. And they do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the other side. So better late than never. They're here to arrive at the party to pretend that they helped.
Joshua squad's gonna move on up.
Approaching Hormagaunt squad that's hidden behind there.
You bet.
Fortunately, these new arrivals are stuck in combat with the lictor.
The miners have decided that they are going to try to help with the Space Marines here.
Ooh.
Their best chance of being redeemed.
So we can overrun everybody. So long.
Squad up here is going to move through cover, see if they can't come down to help. How far do they go?
Oh, nope, they're staying up there. They can reposition. Get a firing line going at the top of the rocks.
Squad here is going to just move up to the edge with their bolt pistols. Have the bike squad open up on the Termagants. 6 shots with twin link bolters, looking for 3s.
Twin linked. Yeah, I think you're going to get the 3 of them unless you roll horribly, so you need 3s to wound. Got him. So the oh so stealthy bikes come roaring in and just totally terminate that Termagant squad. And Joshua's squad will try to take out the Hormagants. We'll roll everything together because they've got cover against everything, so AP doesn't matter.
Looking for 3s to hit.
4 hits. 3s to wound. That's 4 wounds. 5 up cover. Oh, 1 survives. That's the first 2 die. Leadership test on that Hormigaunt. Whoop, oh. He's staying. That will make your charge harder. Now Joshua's going to try to charge, so he needs a 9-inch charge. Nope, not anywhere near.
Miners are going to declare a charge, 9-inch charge as well.
No fleet or anything. Nope, they're not helping. So we only have 1 combat to resolve. Lictor goes first, hitting on 3s. Ew! Oh, give me a 6 at least. 2s to wound. Rending. Okay, that's a wound. You get your 4-up save against it though. Oh!
Sarge with his mastercrafted close combat weapon, hitting on 4s.
Mastercrafted. 4s to wound. Oh, that'll probably do it. 5-up armor save. Yeah. Sergeant bravely takes the Lictor down as it fails to really connect any shots.
Time to consolidate, see where we're going.
3 inches.
I'm going to come closer towards the miners and try to figure out what's going on.
Try to protect them. The last few miners come up from the mine shafts. They seem a little worried, but at the same time, they are armed, so they'll be able to help. However, the auspexes of the Space Marines light up as a large group of Tyranids moves in on the location. This appears to be the last of them, as far as the auspexes can read. I don't mean just that one squad. I mean all of these reserves that are coming in right now. And then there's a huge crash as an enormous feral toxic-crine comes piling onto the board. In the shooting phase, one of these big pustule sacs in the back all of a sudden explodes and streams all sorts of poisonous stuff all over the squad right here. Oh, direct hit, all 5. Poison 2+, AP nothing though. Oh, 5 wounds.
Try my best to look out, sir, because Joshua is the closest, so looking for 4-ups.
Yeah, 3 of them passed.
Starting off with the 3 that passed, 4-up scout armor.
Oh, only 1 dies.
Then the 2 on Joshua, 4-up save.
Oh, 1 wound. Now he has 2, so he's okay. So 1 guy dies, and Sergeant Joshua goes down to 1 wound. Gonna run with these guys 3 inches, just trying to close the distance to attack those Space Marines as soon as possible. Hormagaunts get to run. Let's fleet that. So that's 9 inches in total. Bound forward towards their prey. Termagants will run 5 inches. And lastly, these Hormagaunts will run 9 inches. Getting right up to Sergeant Joshua's squad. The assault phase, this one lone Hormagaunt is going to charge the miners.
Looking for 6s to hit.
Not bad.
And then 4s to wound.
No, nothing. And it charges. Ooh, let's reroll that. 4 inches. Yeah, 3 wasn't enough, but 4 barely is. 3 attacks from the Hormagaunt, hitting on 3s. Oh, 3 hits. 4s to wound, no saves. 2 dead, just like that. Lone Hormagaunt just piles right through 2 of them, and the other 3 quickly try to regroup themselves and attack back.
3 attacks coming in, looking for 4s to hit.
Nice.
4s to wound.
These are the elite miners. Oh no! I take it back.
Spoke too soon. Leadership 6 down to 4. See if they stick around.
Yeah, no. They might still. Initiative 5 becomes 9. You can't beat that with 3, so they're dead. So they run terrified off in the jungle as the Hormagaunt stamps them out.
I have Joshua and his squad move back towards the main group.
Tactically reposition. Apparently didn't want to tangle by themselves with the toxic-crine. Don't know why.
Bikes are going to move themselves over this way. Saul squad's going to move over. I'm moving along the ridge here.
Because they can't see the toxic-crine from where they are. They might as well reposition and get in a better firing spot.
Scouts up top are going to move through cover. See if they do a little bit better than the last time.
Yep, 6 inches instead of 2.
Moving themselves along the cliff face here. Miners are going to move themselves back.
Just in case the bolt guns don't take out the Hormigaunt.
Just in case. Scouts here are going to move themselves. Coming back towards the main force. Bikes are going to light up the Termagants. Threes to hit.
Oh, twin-legged.
See if it can save me.
Now, we haven't been using the Storm of Fire at all, in case anybody's been pointing that out, where he can give somebody rending within 12 inches, but it's never actually been needed
necessary
yet.
now.
Everything's been low armor saves. So 4 hits. And the 3s to wound. Ooh, only 2 die. You got your grenade launchers. You want to do 4 frag or 4 crack?
Let's fire the crack shots into them.
It's faster anyways, right?
It's a lot faster.
3s to hit. Oh, all hit. 2s to wound, so that worked out nicely anyways. It's 3 wounds. So 2 die, and then we have cover. 5 up cover, now it's dead 2. I'll get blasted away by the scout bikes.
Joshua's squad's going to open up, starting off with the bolt pistols. Hitting on 3s.
Nope.
Shotguns now, same thing, looking for 3s.
3 hits.
Wounding you on 3s.
Oh, they connect quite well, but they're AP nothing, so 6 up saves. And I stop one of them. The front 2 get shot down.
Saul squad's going to try to snapshot into the...
Toxic-crine.
That's the name. The sniper rifles first.
2 of them can see him.
Looking for 6s with preferred enemy.
Oh, we got one. Sniper, so 4s to wound. Oh, nothing.
Now for the missile launcher. Show me a 6.
Or a 1 would have been nice.
Yeah. Miners are going to take some shots into that Hormigaunt, murdering all their friends. Show me.
It is responsible for killing a lot of miners.
Yeah, 5s to hit.
Ooh, just 1 hit.
4 to wound.
Oh yeah, okay. Good thing I got you some Spice Marines right there. We got 2 bolters that can see the Hormigaunt.
Looking for 3s to hit.
Oh wow, that's cocked. That's really weird. Go ahead and re-roll it. It's throwing me off.
That's how you roll a 7. Wounding you on 3s.
In this case, I have a 4 up cover because the building is obstructing the one guy. Doesn't matter, he's dead.
This squad is going to run an inch.
They tripped. And a shooting leadership test on the Hormigaunt's leadership 6. They are running back 5 inches. It's not off the table, but probably not going to be much of a nuisance for the rest of the game. Going directly into the beginning of the Tyranid's turn, leadership to see if they regroup, and they do not, and they run off the table. Go Sergeant Joshua squad. Toxic-crine roars and crashes forward through the brush. Hormigaunt's come charging this way through the jungle. Termagants will be right behind them. Toxic-crine hurls another cloud of poisonous gas at Sergeant Joshua squad. And it's going a couple inches. Still hits all 4 though. 2s to wound. Oh, you're so lucky.
4 up save.
Saved. Hormigaunt will run. Yep, 7 inches is good. They're coming up around this flank to try to go after the scouts. Termagants will run an inch. They don't have fleet, so I don't get to reroll that. Toxic-crine's going to declare a charge against the Sergeant Joshua squad who can overwatch.
Let's light them up. Looking for 6s to hit.
Whoa, 3 of them.
6s to wound you.
Nothing. 6-inch charge. Makes it. It roars, charges through the brush, slamming into the first scout. Strength 5 Hammer of Wrath, which wounds him. Scout takes the brunt of the force and survives it. I'm initiative 1 because I charge for difficult terrain, so you guys do get to charge in first, even though I'd normally be initiative 6.
Swinging back, I do have counter assault, so Joshua's getting 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, mastercrafted. You roll the 1 there.
3 hits.
Looking for 6s to wound.
Oh, you got him! 4 up armor. Oh, he saves it, just chinks right off of his armor.
Rest of the squad swinging in, needing 3s to hit.
Solid.
And show me 6s to wound.
That's 1. Hits his armor and does not go through. 7 attacks from the toxic-crine, hitting on 4s. Oh, 5 hits. 2s to wound. 6s are instant death, not that it matters here because everybody only has 1 wound now. That's 5 AP2 wounds, so they're all dead. Sergeant Joshua's squad is totally trampled down by the toxic-crine. And then consolidates 4 inches. And heads straight towards the middle. Can the Space Marine Scouts gun down the toxic-crine before it eats their entire army? Let's find out.
Marines are going to continue.
Tactically repositioning.
You bet. Miners. We're going to jump into the firing line with them.
Sentinels of the Forge do care about people.
Coming down off the cliff.
6 inches.
Moving everybody forward. Bikes are going to move themselves up. Let's be aggressive.
Brave. Take out the take out the toxic-crine if they can. It's only got 5 wounds.
Start off with the shooting here. Have the grenades going into you.
So 2 crack grenades from each of the grenade launchers, and then 1 crack grenade from the guy in front. Just throw in 1.
Yes. Looking for 3s to hit here. Come on, don't let me down.
Yeah. Bad start. 4s to wound, no saves. Okay, there we go. He's down to 3 wounds. 2 grenades crash into the toxic-crine, exploding and sending chunks of it everywhere as it roars back in anger.
Bolter's going to go into you now. Twin linked, hitting on 3s.
Cocked, reroll the cocked one. Separate. And then the twin linked one.
6s to wound.
Nice, wound. 4 up armor. Not saved, so the bolters take it down to 2 wounds. 1 lucky bolt round.
Saul is going to forgo his shooting to help his guys shoot down that toxic-crine. 2 snipers hitting on 2s with preferred enemy.
And then wounding on 4s with preferred enemy. 6s are AP2. 1 wound. 4 up armor. Oh, he takes it. He's down to 1 wound. Still have the crack missile too.
Crack missile hitting on 2.
Wounding on a 2. With a 5 up. No, 3 up cover. Oh, you know what? I need to go back and take cover. This guy's always shrouded. So before I do his cover, because it's going to take back a little bit, I lost 2 wounds from AP4 guns over here, so I have a 5 up cover out in the open. Okay, don't get any back. The dice always do that to me. They say, no, you forgot. You don't get it. But I have a 3 up cover against this last one. Saved.
You're going to snap, shoot that heavy bolter into him.
See if you get lucky.
Show me 6s.
Oh, you got 1. Strength 5, AP4, so 5s to wound, ignoring his armor.
Come on.
No. The 3 bolters are in range. They're hitting on 3s, because they're not snap firing. And they're wounding on 6s.
Come on, get him.
Nope. Toxic-crine roars and starts to charge towards these bikes. Hormigaunt's coming around towards the gun line. They're not smart enough to be like, maybe we should just leave now. Termagants will move and run 6 inches, just saving some time here. They knew they were definitely going to just go as far as they could this way to be somewhat useful later on. Toxic-crine hurls a big poisonous cloud of gooiness all over the Space Marines, so even if they don't die, they're going to have to take a really long shower. Oh no, I think I'm going to hit myself. Yeah, I hit myself and 3 of the bikes. poison your guys first. 2 pluses. Yeah, 3 wounds.
4 up armor here, scout armor.
Oh, no
They're
problem.
fine.
2 up poison against myself. Wish I was immune to poison. Oh, all right, I guess I am.
I spoke too soon.
Then he's charging in and you get your Overwatch.
Overwatch grenade launchers hitting on 6s.
Oh no!
Wound you on a 4.
Oh, nothing.
Twin link bolters hitting on 6s. 1 so far. Just 1. 6 to wound ya. Come on.
Oh no! It crashes into the squad. Hormagaunts here will charge this scout squad.
Starting off with the crack missile. Show me a 6. No. Bolt weapons needing 6s.
1 hit.
Looking for a 3 up to wound with no save.
Got it. I guess he's the closest. Need a 6-inch charge with fleet? Oh no. Oh, just barely. And they jump into the scout squad. Start this fight. I'm at initiative 3 or 5, so I'll go first. 4s to hit. Oh.
Oh no.
5s to wound. Oh, just 2 wounds.
Show me that 4 up armor save.
Oh, 1 goes down.
Missile launcher guy goes down. Piling into ya. And getting the swing. Looking for 3s to hit. Mastercrafted close combat weapon. Reroll.
Nope.
3 to cause a wound to you.
No.
Other scout gonna try to punch him, needing 3 to hit. He hits and then 3 to wound. It does cause a wound.
6 up save, not save, time combat. So 1 more dies, and the others pile in. Toxic-crine slams into the front bike, Hammer of Wrath, wounding on a 4. Oh, we got it.
Show me that sweet, sweet 4 up armor save.
Oh, crunch. This bike gets crunched underneath the Toxic-crine. Toxic-crine's whips distract the scouts, so he goes at initiative 6. We got 7 attacks on the charge, hit on 4s. Uh-oh.
Ugh.
And the bikers are winning on 2s, and they are all wiped out. Down they go. And he's going to consolidate 30 inches. He'll continue in the path that he was going.
Scouts here are gonna move forward. Try to get in the way of those termagants.
Protect the miners.
Miners are going to move themselves up over this way as well.
Bravely getting ready to engage the Hormagaunts.
Scouts here are going to run because they can't see the termagants.
Bravely shielding the semi-innocent civilians.
They have Saul's squad open up. See if they can finish off the toxic-crine.
So is Saul going to stand still to confer his Blissa skill? Or do you want that extra shot from his master-crafted... It doesn't really matter, it's master-crafted anymore. But his,
No.
His sniper rifle.
He is not going to take the shot. He's going to boost everybody else's ballistic skill.
Okay.
We'll start with the crack missile. Show me a 2.
And then wounding on 2, preferred enemy. 3 up cover, 5 up plus shrouded. Oh, and it goes down! A missile goes just through the trees and boom! Huge hulk of a toxic-crine falls to the ground.
Brave, brave miners are going to try to charge in.
Brave, brave. Oh, wow, they are enthusiastic. Then the Hormagaunts get to strike first. They're still focused on the Space Marines. 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. 4 hits. And then 5s to wound. Oh, no wounds.
Sergeant's going to swing back with his Mastercraft close combat weapon.
You can't help but punch those things, eh?
They're in the way.
3s to wound. You got 1 wound. Let's do the other guy first before I roll my saves. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. So 2 hits on him, 6 up saves. 1 goes down. And then the miners get to go. 10 attacks.
Hitting on 4s.
Oh, wow, okay. Half hits. Then 4s to wound. Oh, 5 wounds on the 2 remaining Hormagaunts, 6 up saves. And they beat them to death. Thump, 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 thump. They're just like randomly hitting them with the chains that they used to be held by and the bayonets on the end of their last guns, and they take down those Hormagaunts.
Consolidate for the miners. They're going to go 5 inches, and the scouts are going to go cocked. 6 inches. Miners are just going to move themselves this way a little bit. The scouts are going to move up.
Termagant's unaware that they're the last of the Tyranids here. Come instinctively around this corner. And they hurl out the beetles from their flesh borers. 2 of them hitting the Space Marines in front. And one of them actually burrowing into the Space Marine, but does the armor actually deflect it? 4+? No. Space Marine goes down screaming, "Arr!" as the beetle eats him from the inside out. And then they continue moving in, charging, so these guys can overwatch.
Heavy bolter first, looking for 6s to hit. Nada. Bolt guns and bolt pistol. There's 1. For a 3 to wound.
Dead. Goes down and then charge. Without fleet, they get a 9-inch charge. And they go. Everybody's initiative 4, so the Termagants will go first and on 4s. We've got 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. Sorry. Wounding on 5s. So no wounds.
Sergeant swinging in with his Mastercraft close combat weapon. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s.
Oh!
There's those double ones again.
Yeah.
Everybody else swinging in, hitting on 3s.
Oh no!
3 to wound.
Okay, 6-up save. Oh, you killed one. Nothing seems to be able to get through these guys except the 1 hit. So we got a leadership test at -1 leadership. Leadership 6 down to 5, and they run. So initiative roll off. If you can match or beat me, you kill them all. And I roll a 3, and you naturally roll the lower. But as they run away, I'm sure we can surmise that during your next turn, all the bolters, heavy bolter, bolt pistols, and last gun combined fire will have no problem taking out 3 Termagants. For the after game part, now that the Space Marines had their victory, a bit of a Pyrrhic victory, but we don't know how many are actually dead. We have to roll for all the guys lying down to see if they're alive. Now for the conscripts, for the miners, they only come back on a 5+. We have 25 that died. Now how many 5+s can you roll? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad, actually. So we actually will have 1 squad this big. One of them is going to turn into a sergeant, and we're actually going to roll for an upgrade for him after we do the rest of the deaths. Then we have this squad right here with a no-name sergeant. We've got a missile launcher, 2 guys. We're going to roll for them all at the same time because if the missile launcher guy dies, somebody else can just pick up his missile launcher, as it should work in game. 4+. Oh, only 1 actually stays permanently down. So I'm assuming you want to keep the missile launcher?
Yes.
So he gets up, and he's out. Then we have 1 from this other heavy bolter squad who didn't see quite as much action, 4+. So he gets back up. So far, minimum Space Marine casualties, but we do have Joshua's squad. 4 regular guys and Sergeant Joshua himself. 4 regular guys and 4+s. Oh, 3 of them fall to the Tyranids. And you can figure out which weapons you want to keep after. But more importantly, does Sergeant Joshua get back up? On a 3+. He's up. He might have a few maggots stuck in his skin right now, but he feels okay-ish. And then we have the bikes. So 4 bikes first. Oh, you want to do the sergeant first?
Yeah, we'll do the sergeant first.
3+. He's dead. And then the 4 bikes. 1 of them dies. Now we have to actually check. Actually, no, never mind. So 3 of the scouts get back up. Now we can actually check for the 2 dead ones if their bikes survive, just in case you want to actually mount anybody else on a bike, because they're all trained to ride it. So on a 4+, the actual bikes themselves survive. Okay, so the bikes survive. So Josh is going to be able to decide, and we'll decide in a moment, if he wants to keep the bikes and mount anybody else on them. And then we had 3 stand up, and then we have the 1 sniper guy from Saul's squad. 4+, he stays down. So total Space Marine losses, we got 5 scouts, and then 2 scout bikers are permanently down. And the land speeder was destroyed. Time for some upgrades. So Veteran Sergeant Saul, what is he going to get? 2d6 on the table. 4, he gets to choose, or not choose a skill, he gets to choose a tree and roll on it.
After reading through the different possible trees, I think I'm going to try for a speed upgrade.
Okay, roll your d6. And what is 6?
Choose
Choose any. So 6 actually lets you choose whichever one you want.
I'm going to choose the move through cover, so I go up to level 2 with that, so I'm not slowed by difficult anymore.
Alright, so his move through cover is now super move through cover. Joshua gets to upgrade. 7 is +1 attack, initiative, ballistic skill, weapon skill, or leadership, which we will randomize. So roll a d5. 3 is ballistic skill. So that's not the one that you wanted, right?
Not really.
You want him better in close combat. But he's now ballistic skill 5. And the no-name sergeant, who will get a name after this one. That is Josh's job. 8 is +1 ballistic skill, weapon skill, or leadership. So roll d3. And he gets 3, so +1 leadership. So he's now leadership 9, almost equivalent to a veteran sergeant. Another no-name guy who's new to this game. 9, so he chooses a skill from a tree.
I'm going to roll on the shooting table.
5 is +1 ballistic skill if he doesn't move at all. I'm sorry I put that one in there. And then one of these guys will turn into a sergeant, get to roll on a tree, or just roll on the upgrade chart. And he gets 7, so he gets a +2 to his trait, which is not what you wanted. So d5, and this is leadership. So 4, he gets +1 weapon skill. So the sergeant of this squad will be weapon skill 3. So obviously the squads have gotten rather small with all their losses, and so this is a chance for Josh to reorganize them. Now he can't take equipment that he doesn't have because he's still out in the jungle. We'll probably do some missions where he actually does come across some Space Marine caches and then can reorganize all of his troops. But he basically can, like, there's a sniper rifle dropped here. There was the missile launcher, obviously could have been the dead one, so he could have been the dropped one. And then we got a couple bikes without their bikers that have survived. So what would you like to do to reorganize your forces?
I think what we're going to do is have Sergeant Joshua and his one remaining squad mate jump on those 2 bikes and join that squad.
Okay. What else?
We're going to have the missile launcher and the guy carrying it come from this squad over into here.
And I'm not worried about this not being a legal squad, so I understand that normally you wouldn't be allowed to. This is a narrative campaign, so we can do what the heck we want.
And we're going to have one fella.
So the sergeant.
Pick up that sniper rifle.
And his camo cloak.
And join that squad.
So he has the upgrade +1 ballistic skill if he doesn't move, which will be nice for a sniper. Mm-hmm. Now he ceases to upgrade if he joins a squad. Only the sergeant of the squad gets to upgrade, and only if he started as a sergeant of the squad.
I'm okay with that because the idea that I'm going for is that he might end up taking that squad over
if Saul dies.
Or decides to shuffle around to a different squad.
That's true. That's true. And then you have these 2 remaining floaters.
Which are going to join the squad here.
And turn it into an 8-man bolter, heavy bolter squad?
Yes.
Sweet, so we're back to 3 squads again, but beefed up a bit. A larger squad of bolters. We've got our scout bikers that Joshua is now leading. And then Saul's squad has gotten a little bigger, with one of the guys actually having a nice upgrade of, if he doesn't move, +1 ballistic skill, which of course, if he's firing a sniper rifle, often he will not have done that. And that is the current state of affairs. To continue the story, the next one is in the vault at the link in the description below. Go ahead and click that. If you're not a vault member, you can still click it, get a free 7-day trial, and get instant access to that. Support us, and also be able to see the thousands of other battle reports and tutorials in the vault. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Tyrus Incident, and happy wargaming.